Hey everyone, welcome to Share Squares tutorials. Today we're going to be working on the side saddle stitch. Let's get started. Now for the side saddle stitch, we are going to make a foundation chain with multiples of 5 and add 2 more at the end. I have made 10 slip stitches and added 2 more at the end. Now for row 1, you have to keep in mind that it's going to be slightly different from your row 2 and row 3. To begin row 1, we are going to skip the first stitch from the hook and focus on the one right next to it. So we're going to insert a hook into the second stitch from the hook and create a single crochet. After this, we are going to chain 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Now for the next part, we are going to create 4 double crochets in each of these stitches, but these are going to be built together. So how do we do that? We are going to create our first double crochet in the stitch right next to your single crochet, yarn on top and only pull through 2. We're going to stop here and move on to the next double crochet in the next stitch. So yarn on top, insert your hook into the stitch right next to the one you've just made, yarn on top and pull out. Yarn on top and pull through 2 and stop there. Again, yarn on top, insert your hook now into the next stitch again, yarn on top and pull out, yarn on top and pull through 2 and stop. Our last double crochet, which is in the stitch right next to the one you've just made, will be like this. Pull through 2 and stop. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on our hook. And now to end this stitch, we're going to bring our yarn on top and pull this through all of the 5 loops on our hook. Next, we're going to chain 1, and in the next stitch, we're going to create our single crochet. Again, the pattern repeats. We're going to chain 3 like how we did last time. And then in the next 4 stitches, we're going to create 4 double crochets together. So yarn on top, insert your hook into the chain space of your next stitch, pull out, yarn on top, and pull through only 2 of these. Stop. Yarn on top, insert your hook into the stitch right next to the one you just made, yarn on top, pull out, yarn on top and only pull through 2 of these and stop. Yarn on top, insert it into the next stitch, pull out, pull through 2 and stop. We have 1 more to go and stop. As you can see, I have 5 loops on my hook, and I'm going to bring my yarn on top and pull through all of the 5 loops on my hook. Chain 1, and finally we are going to end this by creating a single crochet in the last stitch from our hook. This brings us to the end of row 1. For row 2, we are going to start off by creating 5 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After this, we are going to turn our work and work on the back of our piece. Now for the next layer, we are now going to turn our work so that we can see the top of the piece, and we're going to pull it slightly just to see which one is the largest V on top. Now I can see that this V right here pulls the most. So this is my largest V. In order to identify which one is your largest V, you can simply look at this chain space and find the stitch right next to that. So I'm going to create a single crochet into the largest V of my previous layer. And I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Now for the next part, we are going to create 4 double crochets into this chain space right here, this large one, but we are going to create these together like how we did the previous layer. The only difference is that rather than creating 4 separate ones into each of these stitches, we're going to create all of the 4 in this space. So yarn on top, insert your hook into this area, pull out, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn on top, insert your hook into the same area, pull through 2, stop. Repeat until you have 5 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to bring my yarn on top and pull through all of the 5 loops on my hook. Chain 1, and this is going to repeat. Now again, I'm going to turn my work so that I can see the top of my piece. I'm going to identify the largest V space here, and the easiest way to do that is look at this large chain space right here and find the stitch right next to it. I'm going to insert my hook into that large space, create my single crochet and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Now I'm going to create my 4 double crochets into this chain space. Yarn on top, insert your hook and out, pull through 2, stop. Yarn on top, insert your hook and out, pull through 2, stop. Repeat until you get 5 loops on your hook. I have 5 loops, so I'm going to bring my yarn on top and pull through all of these 5. Chain 1, and now to end this layer we are going to create our single crochet into this chain space right here. So I'm going to insert my hook into the last stitch of my previous layer and create my single crochet. Sorry, it's not a single crochet, it's a double crochet, my bad. So we're going to create our double crochet in the last stitch of our previous layer. So yarn on top, pull through 2 and repeat. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work. This brings us to row 3. Now for row 3, again we're going to turn our work, identify the largest V. So this is going to be my largest one, and it's also the one right next to this 3 chain right here. So I'm going to create my single crochet in that space, chain 3 and create my 4 double crochets into this area. So yarn on top, insert and out, pull through 2 and stop. Yarn on top, insert your hook and out, pull through 2 and stop. Going to repeat that another time until we have 5 loops on our hook. Yarn on top and pull through all of the 5 loops on your hook. Chain 1. I'm going to find the largest V on my piece, which is right next to my chain 3. Insert my hook and create the single crochet, following which we're going to chain 3 and create our 4 double crochets together. Once you have 5 loops on your hook, you're going to bring a yarn on top and pull through all 5, chain 1, now to end your row 3, we are going to create a single crochet in this chain space right here. So I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull out, yarn on top, and pull through the 2 loops on my hook. The pattern from here onwards will repeat, and once you're done, the square should look something like this. Thanks for watching.